Welcome everybody back to Beastman Review. Today we are going to be taking a look at the, I guess you could say custom. It is the Megatron head, Beast Wars Megatron head, that came with the eHobby exclusive Optimus Primal / Convo Bat, which I'm not the best at, coming down to translations, but I'm assuming it has something to do with the word convoy and bat convoy. In Japan, Optimus Prime was known pretty much up till about 2007 as pretty much convoy still. So convoy being related with, the leader of, the good guys, which would... It gets very complicated. I'll make a video about it. I'm pretty sure there's something out there on the internet that probably in a little bit more high detail in the back and forths than what I could probably say right now in a short video talking about Megatron. I digress. This head came with the Convo Bat figure, aka Bat Optimus Primal. I did that review on the Titan Master feature of that figure, which was, of course, the Titan Master, or, I like to say, a Headmaster. The Headmaster and his micro vehicle, which is his Optimal Optimus Ape, and the vehicle mode, and it's a Target Master. So if you haven't seen that video, please consider checking that out. I'll put the information for that video in the description. But we're focusing on this. This and this alone. And maybe even also this. And I am only saying that because, well, of course, this head was meant to go onto Skull Cruncher / Skull Smasher / I went by another name, so it was either Skull Cruncher or Skull Smasher. Because, of course, with the motif of being an alligator robot, that's kind of what they were aiming for. Because even the colors of the Megatron head being green with the purple face and the borderline off pink eyes, they were kind of targeting more towards the look of the original Beast Wars Megatron, the one that predates, the T-Rex Megatron, the one that was the alligator coming out of the swamp to fight Optimus Primal as he swoops in as a bat. Do you remember that? I remember that. I remember that a little bit too much. But that's okay. So, as you can see, they were going off of the same bodies. And that's what they kind of advertised in a bunch of the, photos. And even in the comic, it showed there wasn't much difference with the color scheme. He still had, the non-green limbs and the non-green tail. But I slapped some Predacon decals on it, all thanks to toyhacks.com. I'm not sponsored by them, but I'd sure like to be. So yeah, pretty much different heads. The same weapons. I just prefer to put his tail in that hand to kind of represent more of the look of, his later beast form of being a T-Rex. He had his left arm being the tail, and it's his left, not ours. And of course, the gun in the other hand represent, the blaster, which would be the T-Rex head. So yeah, there's really not any difference. There's not much difference at all. So anyways, let's get back to Megatron himself. So yeah, this Megatron, it's not really Megatron. His body I bought brand new And when I was originally doing photo shots of it, like almost like a year ago, he has like a issue with his joints in his leg, preferably this ball joint is like messed up, and it could be mold, like a molding problem, but I just try to do my best to work around it. Articulation, he can do a full 360 at his waist, and I'll show off a little feature, a little fan mode that I came up with after. We'll just leave his leg off for right now because it's not going to want to stay on. It does not like to cooperate with us. So yeah, top of his thigh at his hip is ball joint, swivel, and he is double jointed at the knee. And that's okay. His foot is, well, it's got articulation, but it's just for transformation. We'll put it back on. He needs a hip replacement. I don't have drums. So he can do a full 360 at the head. Full 360 at the shoulder. And at the bicep, he gets hindered, but as you can see, he's got plenty of articulation. Articulation at the shoulder. And at the forearm. You can also spin. It's on a mushroom peg, so sometimes it will pop off. And also, sometimes his alligator claws pop off. It just happens. Just the way it's on there. It's almost like a tension. Or Tien Shenhan. And, of course, he's hollow because, well, his hand pops in there. Detail on his hand, surprisingly. If I can get his... Cooperate! Yeah, he's... See, I told... Doesn't want to stay. Yeah, he's got, like... The molding detail is good. For this being Titan's Return era Transformers, not bad. Not bad. It's not Transformers Legacy by any means, but I'll take it. Yeah, as you can see, put the Predacon decal on his chest just to kind of, I don't know, give it a little bit of personality. He's got some red and silver decal or paint. And at first I thought this was, the cockpit for its, beast mode. But, I like what they did. I don't have my G1, Skull Smasher or Skull Cruncher, whichever you'd like to prefer to call it. They really went with, the recreating that chest piece all out. It's supposed to look like the flap that comes down and shows the stats of what the headmaster is when you plug the head in. And he's Blaster. Typical gray blaster, but bright side, it's not clear plastic. And I know that there are issues with clear plastic, and I think those who collected a lot of the Transformer Energon figures probably saw issues, and I think it's kind of ironic they're using a lot of clear weapons for the Legacy line. So yeah, there's plenty of molded detail in this figure. Yeah, and there were Decepticon insignias underneath there, so I slapped the Predacon on there again to kind of break it up from what it was. There's his alligator head backpack. You can really wish to. You can also kind of hide it a bit, so boom. I mean, if you don't look at him from the side, you'll be okay. So, get this to hold it together. We'll take a look at his Titan Master real quick. And in my video that I was talking about, the Optimus Primal, Optimal Optimus Titan Master, I kind of showed photos of this. Sorry, I have something stuck in my throat. It's a frog. Get it? It's like a swamp. Alligators, frogs. Woo-wee! So yeah, it's got, you know, come on, focus. There we go. Yeah, you know, he's got his mouth, and I mean, for those who don't recognize this, it's pretty much just a repaint of the Titans Return Galvatron head. So, I mean, as you can see, there's a little Megatron's head sticking out there. Transform! Transformer! So, yeah, this is little Megatron. What I think's cool about these is, for those who remember the Microverse Beast Wars figures, little miniature Beast War characters that came with it, like those sets. That's what this reminds me of, except it's a Titan Master. So yeah, that's little Megatron. So let's go ahead to the transformation. And, well, before I go into the transformation, this is the little kind of fan mode that I created that kind of brings the alligator head onto the chest, much like the original Beast Wars alligator Megatron. So, we'll go ahead, we'll disconnect Megatron. Pretty much all I did was I flipped the arms around, and I flipped pretty much turned his waist completely around. If he doesn't want to let go. There's something that's just not right with these ball joints. I mean, the shoulder comes off. And I'm not really sure what's wrong with them. I might have to do the old floor wax trick that some others have done. So anyways, you just want to pop his fist in, his leg comes off, come up around, and just turn his head. And he's got, I just want to make sure those are nice, and if you kind of angle them, they tend to line up better with these little tabs right here. Sometimes. Let me do this off camera just one moment. Alright, then, yeah, so I mean, it kind of takes a little bit of a fan dangling to go on, but it's just trying to get these angled just right, just for them to pop in. To get his arms on the front to be correct legs, and sometimes they will pop out. I swear this mold is just not cooperating. In fact, I think it's like, it could be like just an issue that this one has. Although the one that I got originally, which I'm keeping as Skull Cruncher / Skull Smasher, doesn't really have these problems. So I don't know, maybe it's just I got a bad one. Quality control. That shouldn't be any, surprise to anybody in the collector industry right now. So we got pretty much the front part of them done. Now what you want to do is, we'll we'll do this. And since my camera doesn't want to, stay zoomed, we'll do it this way, because might be the best option. So it's kind of weird just transforming his leg just to get, the rest of him transformed. My apologies. So then pretty much just flip that around. And then let's make sure his feet are completely tucked in. And there's tabs. There's a tab right there and right there. And you just want to kind of work them together. Sometimes if you kind of slide one in, let me do this off camera, because it might be a little bit of a hassle. Alright, so we finally got it to pop together. This whole thing is just, I don't know what it is. It could just be, again, I got a bad mold, bad figure, don't know, but that's why it just stays on the shelf and it looks pretty and it does its thing. So we're pretty much at this point now. You just take the tail, that just pops in. Oh, also a little function for I'll show the Titan Master again. Oh, one thing I forgot to point out, he's actually got paint. His legs are completely painted. Inside's painted. He's got like almost like a off gray, really bright gray paint on his feet. Clear plastic for his legs. For his forearms, painted shoulders, chest, and it's really hard to tell, but in person, it looks a lot better. His face is painted purple, and he has red eyes. So, we're going to point that out. So, yeah, when he's in, like, his, like, robot mode, or for, like, the Titan Masters that have, like, the base modes, you could kind of, like, add them in. Well, he sits in, there's a little seat, and that extra peg hole, you can pop that in, and I mean, if you really want to, if he wants to cooperate, because, it's flawless. This toy, flawless. Flawless victory. And you could have him like this, if you want. Battle mode. Yeah, so it's just, that's a little feature for the Titan Masters. But what you do, oh yeah, and then there's also this, and that's another little feature if you want to have him holding him, like he's holding him as a gun, but then he's also managing the gun. Or even for, like, adding on to the base modes. So you just want to pop that in if it wants to. It's having issues, and I do apologize. I did this before I started filming, and it wasn't giving me this kind of problem. So I do apologize. I dearly apologize. So yeah, and then again, if you want, you could slap his gun on, and it kind of gives him a little bit more of a tip of his tail. So yeah, I mean, that's Megatron. I'm calling him Megatron. So yeah, articulation at the head because of the ball joint. A lot of molded detail. This strip is actually paint. His feet, well, his claws on his toes are painted. This little bit's painted. This top part is a really soft plastic, but it's, again, I'll point out another issue that this mold has been having. The teeth are like a really soft kind of almost rubber, but I really like the fact that they did detail on the roof of the mouth and on his tongue. And for those who remember the original figure, the seat was actually inside the mouth, and the call came from inside the house. It's almost Halloween. So anyways, boom, that opens up, and well, there's a little control panel, there's a seat in there, and unfortunately that's actually cracked. So I think I just got a really bad figure, but that's okay. I don't mind. I don't think Megatron minds either. So I mean, he's supposed to sit down in there. There we go. And then this just pops up, closes up, and now he's inside of him. Inside of his stomach. Get in my belly. Yeah, that's it. You know, for what it is, it's not bad. I just really wish that my mold wasn't, you know, having all the issues and a cracked part and nothing wants to stay on. I'm doing like a how to basic kind of kind of thing. But yeah, so that's his alligator mode. I mean, it's quite significantly different from his original Beast Wars figure, but it's cool for what it is. There's another mode. It's kind of like a monster mode. I'll show that off right now. Why not? Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of interesting details on him. These back legs are on a ball joint, so you can't really... you can get a decent range of articulation out of him, but there's not, you know, a ton. And, well, of course, these are on a ball joint, but you try to move this upper shoulder, it just pops. They just pop off. So anyways, that weird mode. Just bring those down. I'll bring the camera up a bit. And you got like a monster mode. No, it's an unofficial name. And if you really want to, you can actually get this to... there you go. Yeah, so it's a little other fun little thing that I goofed around with and was like, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. And I reminded me of like something that, you know, the Quintessons would have. So yeah, there's the Beast. If you want to call it Beast Wars, you can. By just referring it as, you know, Beast Wars Megatron, Alligator Megatron, Alligatortron, you know, Gatorman 337. You can catch him on Twitch live, IRL. So yeah, there we go. So, you know, let me know what you think in the comments. Is it pretty cool? Do you like the little fan modes that I goofed around with and came up with? Let me know also. You can also follow me on my social medias. And I actually have a new one. So you can follow me on Instagram at The Mighty Beastman. One whole word. Twitter, you can find me at The Mighty Beastman. And my official YouTube, Twitter account, just Beastman Review. Just one whole word, Beastman Review. And I post the memes on there. I got some pretty good memes. And I post my videos, and I do photography on there. and I also share tweets from other members in the Transformers community. So if that perks your ears and your audio perceptors, feel free to check it out. Anyways, thanks for watching. Keep on rocking in the free world, and take a bite out of crime. Or out of something you like to eat. I don't judge. Till next time.